Welcome students to our class on caste, untouchability and social justice. Today we are going to deal with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's ideas on caste, untouchability and social justice. Before I start with Ambedkar's ideas on caste, untouchability and social justice, it is important to mention that in our nationalist discourse, the relevance of social cleavages like caste politics, class politics, gender politics, these are very, very important. There are generally two perspectives. One perspective says that it is more important to give attention to the nationalist question, the one and only nationalist question where the construction of Indian identity becomes the most important factor. Another perspective is also there where it is said that it is important to politicize the factors like caste, class, gender, religion and integrate them with our nationalist question. So, it is important to understand that social cleavages or the factors of divisions like caste, class, it has two-way dimensions. One, it can integrate us as well as it can disintegrate us. So, in our nationalist discourse, the question of caste, the question of class, the question of religion, and the question of gender, feminism, these are very, very important questions that we need to keep in mind. B.R. Ambedkar's ideas on caste untouchability is very important, and especially if you look at your CBCS syllabus, in this segment, you are not only going through B.R. Ambedkar's ideas on caste untouchability. Before B.R. Ambedkar, you have another Mahatma, another social activist, another Indian social reformer, Jyotiba Phule. You have also Pandita Ramabai. So, Phule, Ambedkar and Pandita Ramabai, these three Indian political thinkers, they have given us a discourse on anti-caste politics and movements in our nationalist question, in our nationalist discourse, in our Indian society. So it is very important to understand the caste question from the below, not from the above. So this is the beginning of my lecture. It is important to understand the caste question in our nationalist discourse both as integrative and disintegrative factor. So we are going to divide this lecture under three heads. One, we are going to discuss the first point, that why is B.R. Ambedkar so significant, important and innovative in his ideas? What is his contribution? So first we are going to throw a light upon his ideas, innovative ideas, which explained the importance and significance of lower caste identity in Indian society. Second, we are going to discuss his ideas on caste system, untouchability, and his critique of Indian social order based on Hindu religion. So in a nutshell, we are going to discuss his ideas on or his perspectives on the exploitative nature of the Indian caste system. Third, we are going to discuss his ideas on social justice and constitutional democracy through a legal and constitutional framework. And lastly, we are going to discuss the implication of social justice, his ideas on social justice in modern Indian politics. So let's start. Let's start with the first first segment, that why are we considering his ideas innovative? Why should we study B.R. Ambedkar? Because none of you are for the first time listening to him or coming to know about him. We all know him because of our constitution, drafting committee, fundamental right. He is the symbol of the soul of our constitution. So why here his ideas are so innovative. I personally feel 3 points should be mentioned. His ideas on caste, critique of caste and untouchability is coming from a Dalit point of view, a Dalit standpoint. He was born in Mahar community from Maharashtra, which was a Dalit community. He devoted his entire life for the upliftment of his community, for fighting against the backwardness of his community, and for fighting for equal rights for everyone, especially for lower caste and untouchable Dalits, depressed people. So he devoted his entire life for the rights of the lower caste people. But what is more important here is his location, is his standpoint, is his subjectivity, that he in his entire life had negotiated with his Dalit identity, and he had the lived experiences of oppression, exploitation and subjugation. So that is very important. Second, he developed a kind of critique of our caste system, our social order, which was not only applicable to the Maharashtrian society but to all over India. So it was very flexible in nature. And the last point which we need to keep in mind, that B.R. Ambedkar's ideas were not only confined to the narrow critique of India's socio-religious structure and ideas. Rather, he expanded his ideas towards a very broad legal and constitutional framework through which he tried to ensure equal rights of the lower caste people, of the untouchables. So he not only criticized Indian caste system, but he tried to provide a new dimension of emancipation to this particular strata, marginalized section of this society. So because of these three important reasons, his location, his standpoint, his entire life devoted for struggle and for developing this legal constitutional framework for the emancipation of the Dalits, we should study his ideas and we should give enough attention to his ideas, that what he actually wanted to propagate through untouchability, through the critique of Indian caste system. Second, we are coming to his ideas on caste and untouchability. Obviously, from till now, it's quite clear that it's all about critique of this higher caste system. It's all about the critique of caste system that Indian society has witnessed for long. But it's not about the critique of caste and untouchability. In his famous lecture, Annihilation of Caste System, later, which became his one of very famous monographs, he mentioned that in India, caste system, the idea of Varna, it was related to religion. So in his famous work, Annihilation of Caste, he had basically explained the nature of exploitative caste system based on Hindu religion. So it had a religious dimension. But what was more significant in his entire discussion is that it was not only about challenging religion. He basically highlighted that as the caste system had owed its justification in the religion, so it was very important to challenge the religious system. It is very important to challenge this Hindu religion, to challenge the essence of the caste system, because the entire origin, the divine origin is caste system is coming from, he referred Rig Veda and also the Purusha Shukta. So in this Purusha Shukta, he basically mentioned that caste system is related to a divine power, Virat Purusha. And what is this divine power, Virat Purusha? So divine power, this Virat Purusha basically highlighted the origin of the caste system. So from this divine power, Virat Purusha, the head, became the Brahmans, the most upper part of the body. Head became the Brahman. Obviously, the arms became the Kshatriyas, thighs became the Vaishya, and the feet became Shudra. So you can understand the religious justification of the caste system. So the Shudra basically symbolize the feet of our body. So that came from his understanding that religion had two dimensions. One, practical dimension. Second, intellectual dimension. It was important for Ambedkar to challenge the practical dimension of religion or the rules and regulations that justified caste system on the basis of divine power, Varna system on the basis of religion. So it was not challenging the intellectual rules and regulations, the intellectual dimension of religion, rather the practical dimension of religion, which justifies caste system in the name of Sanatan or tradition. So this is the most important area of his work that you will obviously get in my references, which I have posted in LMS. Okay, last I'm coming to the notion of social justice. So what is this social justice? What is constitutional democracy? B.R. Ambedkar, as I mentioned, that not only provided a critique of our social order, of our narrow socio-religious meanings and systems, rather he wanted to guarantee the fundamental rights, all the rights of the untouchables and Dalits through a legal constitutional framework. That is the reason social justice, the notion of social justice, provides this constitutional and legal framework through which the rights of the untouchables or lower caste people can be protected. So when we are discussing Ambedkar, we don't have much time now. In this discussion, another very important chapter is Gandhi-Ambedkar debate, because Gandhi and Ambedkar, both of them had devoted a significant part of their life, for Ambedkar entire part of life, in addressing the questions of the untouchables. So Gandhi's method of non-violence was always very much different from Ambedkar's method of political and constitutional framework, method based on political and constitutional framework through and especially through this framework he wanted to secure the rights and positions representation in all of untouchables in all political bodies and other avenues of the government. So later we have seen it the ultimate manifestation through reservation policy. So social justice, the notion of social justice always challenges the prevailing status quo in society, and it always challenges the dominant caste hierarchy. So that we need to keep in mind. And if you come to the last part of our discussion, that is the relevance of Ambedkar's thought. I think in today's modern politics, everywhere we can see the relevance of Ambedkar's social justice, because our constitution through reservation policy, it has given adequate importance to the notion of social justice, and especially the politicization of lower caste people through political leadership and silent revolution in our democratic institutions. The relevance of Ambedkar's political thought becomes very, very important for our greater understanding and deliberation. So this is Ambedkar's ideas on caste and untouchability. And obviously, caste and untouchability will remain incomplete without the reference to social justice. So that is the reason I have tried to club together these three concepts. And in our next class, we will start with Phule's contribution in caste, in the ideas on caste and untouchability. Till then, stay safe and keep reading. Thank you.